with Myles Hoenig. And Myles, what's your role in this campaign?
I'm the campaign manager
We're
for Ed Boyd and James Madigan.
And how's it going so far?
Well, we think it's going very well. Considering the lack of resources we have, we've been doing some remarkable things for the campaign. We've had a billboard up during the summertime, something the Green Party has never done before. We are running radio ads on a very consistent basis, doing a lot of community outreach, a lot of direct mail. We're getting a lot of support. We've been on radio stations throughout the summer and into now. So the word is getting out. The problem is, of course, as you can see, that we're here at MPT, Maryland Public Television, that refused to allow a major public to address the people as to what the issues are. Because you have two corporate candidates inside, and you know you're only going to hear one side of the issue, and that's the Republican Democratic side.
And what was their excuse for excluding Mr. Boyd?
Oh, they never even gave a reason for anything. They totally ignored us completely. I mean, they would go back and forth and say, well, they told us, contact the channels and they'll tell you and all that sort of, and that's, BS, we all know that.
And Maryland Public Television, is it owned by the state?
I'm not sure. I would think it gets state funding, but it does rely on, I'm sure, a large percentage of public support. That's what they pretend to be, a public support station, but they also get corporate sponsorships, as a lot of even the NPRs are now pretty corporate.
And in addition to being discriminated against on the debates, how about the news coverage in general with the print media?
We've been very aggressive in going after the print and other media. It could have been a whole lot better. I think we did the very best we could in really harassing them to cover us, and they have covered us on occasion, sometimes more as a footnote than anything else, but occasionally there would be not full stories, but close enough. The city paper will be coming out in about a week with a small article, and then they're going to do a greater profile of Ed. And we've had some other coverage as well. The Examiner has covered us early on, but we, are going to pick that up again and see what happens.
So what kind of issues you think tonight won't be discussed because Ed Boyd's not there?
Well, won't discuss the real solutions to the problems of BG&E, because they're both complicit in why we have this problem. They won't discuss labor issues regarding they support either minimum wage, or maybe they don't support minimum wage at all. We support living wage, something they won't talk about because that would interfere with their corporate sponsors' bottom line. They won't talk about health care to the extent that we would. They would talk about managing care, they would talk about HMOs and better services and so on. They'll never say anything about a single payer health care that would guarantee universal coverage. They just won't do that.
So, in other words, they're going to have really these two candidates almost with the same identical views on most of the issues.
Yeah, in fact, I really have thought at one time when, even though Ehrlich has picked Cox, we thought for a while that it was going to be an Ehrlich O'Malley ticket. That would have made no sense.
Yeah, so they're two peas in the same pod,
absolutely,
I guess.
Yeah. They're like, they are just so identical in so many ways. Not just demographically they're the same, but their backgrounds, their private education, their private colleges, that is, their, well, I could go on.
Well, Myles, you've been around a while watching politics. Have you ever seen a dirtier campaign? These guys have been calling each other liars almost from the beginning.
Well, they're both being very truthful. They're both liars.
Yeah.
So they're it's a truthful campaign, let's put it that way. Yeah, it's very dirty. When you have sibling rivalry, it gets dirty. And that's what's going on here. This is sibling rivalry. Like evil twins separated at birth is what we'd like to think of on time to time.
That's a pretty good theme. Okay, we'll end on that. Thanks, Myles.
Okay, thank you, Bill.